and welcome to the You're Worth It show. I am your host, Setra, and I love what I do because I have the most amazing guests that come in here in the studio with me, y'all. I am super excited about who's in the studio here with me because when I say that they are going to inspire you, they are going to uplift you, and they are going to let you know that you're worth it. Yes, you're worth it. So I am super excited. I have Steve and Pasha Carter here in the studio with me. Well, welcome.
Thank you. We are glad to be here. It's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time coming. Oh my gosh, y'all just such a beautiful couple, just a power couple. I'm so glad that you are here.
Thank you.
Let me say this studio is, and the setup is beautiful.
It is.
It's really nice. Very impressive.
So proud
glad
of you. This is nice.
Yep.
Thank you. I am just like super excited. So, I got to get it out the way to tell you that I'm super excited that you're here because I love your kids.
And they love you too.
love the kids, and just to see them as they're growing up. So make sure that you hug them and tell them that I said hello.
I will.
Oh yeah. So let's get down to business. Oh well, I am just super excited because I be watching you on social media, Pasha. I mean, I just love your posting. I just be like, why I can't do all of that? How you be doing all of that?
Well, it's funny that you would ask that question because I've been posting recently a lot more and people have been noticing it. And it's really because I started this digital marketing course that, and I started learning all these tips of what to say, what not to say, when to post, how to post. And it's really a lot of like, copy this, paste this, or, how to get into, like, instead of posting a picture, what to say. And it's really been teaching me a whole lot because prior to that, I've been in marketing all my life. So I felt like, I'm pretty good at marketing. But prior to this, I really wasn't getting a whole lot of engagement. And I wasn't getting paid to post at all. I was just posting for fun.
Right.
But now that I've been really engaged in this course, it has really been helping me not only get my posts done, but also now I have a lot of brand deals reaching out to me and stuff. So it's been super fun.
Wow. And you're teaching other people how to do it.
Well, I'm allowing they can get the course. So the same course that I have, I tell them exactly where to go get it so it can help them too.
Okay, because when you said social media and posted, look, how to get the course? Because you're speaking to me too, right?
Yeah, the funniest thing is you're always trying to think about what to post. And this gave me a whole calendar. So in one day, 30 days worth of posting done. And I did it in one day. So all the posts, I scheduled them, put them out there. And then what I do is when I want to show up live in between those, because they're already scheduled, I'm just showing up live. So it's looking like I'm posting 3-4 times a day when technically I posted one time on a Sunday, got all those posts out the way, and then I'll hop on live or post something in between. And it has just, it's been a game changer.
So have you thought about teaching others how to do that?
Yeah.
I said the same thing.
How to do that? Yeah.
Yes. That's what I'm doing now. So anybody who's interested in learning how to take their social media, reach out to me because trust me, I feel you because I have a lot of friends, including myself, that were posting, but I'll be honest, I wasn't monetizing it, but now I am.
Now you can. Maybe do like a 1-day workshop or summer class, 1 hour, have people hop on and you teach that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I will definitely be on there. And I'm sure when the listeners, when they hear that, they're going to be like, okay, that's just what I need. Because I hear a lot of people, that's what we struggle with. The social media, the content, we're looking at other people and we're like, okay, well, how are they doing that? But now we have you that can teach us if you do the class on how to do it.
Yeah. And the cool thing is it taught me how to be my authentic self. So that's what I loved about it was taking my kids and my story and showing me the right way to package it. And it made it simple for me. So it didn't matter. And let me tell you how this all came about. It's a funny story. She's like a little sister to me. And she used to babysit our kids, Jayla, Jasmine, Justin, and Steven. Okay. And I start seeing her post on social media and she started posting about how she was making $1,000 or, $10,000 in the first and within a 7-day time span. This is my former babysitter, right? Oh, wow. So I'm sitting here looking because I know she's a stay-at-home mom right now. And I'm looking at what is she doing? And she was marketing a digital course. So when I got it, it was like I was just intrigued. But all the information that they were sharing with me, the course actually worked. So, because I wasn't skeptical because I'm one of those people where I'm not skeptical, but I just wanted to see if it was really teaching people. And not only did it teach me how to post, it for those who don't like posting, like for instance, I'm working on a faceless YouTube right now. So where it's not my face, but I love motivation and stuff like that. So now it's showing me how to do all of that as well. So there are going to be some accounts out there people not going to even know it's me, but I'll be able to monetize it.
Right. And that's smart because I see that a lot, especially on TikTok. I hear them talking about that. Do a faceless account. And of course, I'm like, how do you do that?
Yes.
But see, here's the how right here.
Yes.
I think another thing to point out in terms of the marketing and what the young lady you're referring to, she was actually nervous to get online. Like didn't want to speak, wasn't really comfortable in front of the camera initially and just a little nervous. So the listeners that are listening, I just want them to know you don't have to be an expert or an orator to get out here and still be successful. Right. There's a lot of people that take this same course that were nervous or not wanting to get online and not wanting to show their face or just scared of the camera. And they're still having success. So they teach you step by step how to do it. That's really important. This is right up Pasha's alley because we've been in business together for years, right? Decades, actually. And I've always jokingly, but a lot of seriousness in my joke, is that you're the marketing department. Like, because we've always been business partners.
Right.
So any business that I embark upon, I always look at Pasha like, you're the marketing department. I may be a department of one. but you're the marketer, and she's good at it.
Right.
She knows how to get information out, and people are interested because a lot of the things that we do, we actually help people make money. We show people how they can make money with different things. And she's always really, really good at just getting that word out, and people's calling us and saying, "Hey, show me what you're doing. Show me how this works."
Right. And I know you're good at marketing because you have that your cell phone out. You have the cell phone. And so you're always doing the content for it. And then, like I said, I'm on your social media and I just be like, wow, like, how do you do it? So
now you know the answer. I wish I could say, hey, I thought of all of this, but no, I took a course that worked.
No, but I will say this. There are some things that she still does that the course doesn't teach.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
That's why I always tell her, you still have value in addition to what that course teaches.
Yes.
There's some things that you do that are beyond what the course teaches.
Of course, because I think people are just going to be drawn to you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I have to do that one day course. That one day I'll do that. Yeah, so I'm going to put that down because I'm telling you, I'm always listening. So I'm listening. So I'll do that because I enjoy it, and I really do. I love it. I enjoy it, and I'm passionate about it because I'm really passionate about helping people.
Right, and see, and that's why I know that it's going to be a success because your heart is there. You want to help others, and you love what you're doing.
Yes.
And you look like you're having so much fun with it.
I am. I really am. I'm having a ball.
Yeah. And you were named the Business Coach of the Year.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Well, I have spent my life coaching others in business. I got started in business when I was 23 years old.
Oh, okay.
And so when I was 23 years old, I knew nothing about business. I came into a room of really a male-dominated room. I was cheering for the Atlanta Falcons at the time, and it just became a point in my life where I got tired of being on the sideline cheering for millionaires, and I said, okay, it's time for me to become one. So I started my own business, and at 23 years old, I really didn't know a whole lot about business. So I started learning from books because I didn't have any personal mentors at the time. Right. So I started reading all these books, Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Focus, Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. And I started reading all of these books. And what started to happen was people start seeing a change in me and they start seeing this growth. So when people started asking me, what are you doing? I just naturally started helping people and coaching people and teaching them little things that I was learning and the things that helped me overcome and the things that helped me become successful. So when I got started in 23, by 29, at that time I was making six figures from home. And in our 30s, we were able to build a very, very successful business.
Right, because I know it's business and the family. I'll be watching you on social media. So tell us about trading.
Yeah, I got started trading a few years ago. And what ended up happening was I was involved in, I still dabble in cryptocurrency and some things like that. So I was heavily involved in that. So I was working with a lot of people that were in that space. But the one thing that I noticed is that with crypto, a lot of times you don't really have the control over the value, whether it goes up, whether Bitcoin goes up, whether Bitcoin goes down. Okay. And so when I was introduced to trading, that was a little bit more unique because I knew that there was an opportunity to start to learn the patterns of how the market moves. And so then you can end up making your own decisions on when to execute a trade based on what you've learned, you know. So the thing that I think a lot of people misunderstand when it comes to trading is they think it's happenstance or luck, and it's not. A lot of times, like even what has transpired in the regular stock market over the past few weeks, it's been a bloodbath for a lot of people.
Right.
And unfortunately, it's out of their control. I mean, I have friends personally that have lost 20% of their 401ks or 30% of their retirement because of some things that are happening in the market. You know, the stock market plummet. You turn on MSNBC or you know any of the news channel, business channels, you'll hear about what's really taking place in the market. Right. And so I've had a few people call and say to me, well, man, I know it's been rough in the market, how things going, because they know I trade. And I always let them know the market could be tanking. And for me, it doesn't matter, because if I recognize that and I trade where I make money when the market goes down, then, you know, you can make money. So it doesn't matter whether the market is going up, whether the market is going down. The only time money is slow in trading is if it's going sideways, and that's very rare. And so that, you know, so trading has been phenomenal. I love it. I think it's something that I believe I can scale to bigger than any business I've ever built.
Wow. Now, do you teach?
Yeah.
You teach
as a matter of fact,
Okay.
I do. Matter of fact, myself and two of my business partners, we started our own academy called Golden Profits Academy.
Okay.
And so we teach people how to, even people that have never traded a day in their lives, we have an opportunity for them to come in and learn. And there are different ways that we teach, where one is that every single morning, we actually come on live. My partners do that more so than me. My schedule doesn't always allow me to be on there. But every single morning for a couple of hours, my partners are on and actually discussing charts and teaching, okay, this is why we would execute this trade. So people are able to be on there and actually see how it works. Right. Then we also have a back office with training modules like recordings and things that we've uploaded, modules in the back office. And then I'll do a live Zoom as well. You know, at least once a month, I'll come on and do a live Zoom. So there are different avenues that people can plug in to learn, regardless of where their schedule is, regardless of whether they've ever done anything like this before. And we've got hundreds of students now. Okay. So it's been great.
Going to say about the age. So what if it's someone that's later, like closer to retirement?
Oh, absolutely. Even that, I mean, those are individuals, I just believe, especially with what's going on in today's economy. I think today, individuals that are closer to retirement are, in many cases, not every case, but in many cases, those individuals are a little nervous, you know, a little apprehensive on, okay, what am I going to do? You know, because if I stop working, is the retirement enough? And, you know, how can I generate some additional cash flow? Because even if it's, you know, if you can generate an extra 10 grand a month or an extra 5 grand a month or an extra $1,000 a month, it could be any of those. I think that can really, really help a lot of people. And so it doesn't matter as long as somebody's 18 years or older, because that's one of the things that they need to at least be 18 if we're going to help them set up their account in the brokerage and things like that. But as long as they're 18, there is no limit on the age in terms of how old a person is.
Oh, wow, that's good. So are you nervous about the tariffs that's going on with the other countries? Because you see China not playing with us.
They're not.
They're not playing.
And you know, a lot of our stuff, probably everything we probably got in here say, babe, from China. They ain't playing with us.
I'm not nervous only because what I usually do is, depending on what news comes out, because the market is very emotional. It reacts to what's going on in the news and what people hear. Yeah. Especially if people aren't really familiar with it, if they don't understand what the tariffs are and things like that. But that doesn't worry me because, as I was saying earlier, it doesn't matter if the market's going up or if the market's going down, because I only trade gold. I trade gold. It's a pair of gold to the US dollar. And so it's Forex. So it doesn't matter. You know, as long as gold is moving, I don't care if gold's going up. I don't care if gold's going down. As long as it's moving, then you can make money.
You can make money. Tell people again how they can make money. What's the website again?
Yeah, goldenprofitsacademy.com.
Golden Profits. So it doesn't matter, especially the young ones. I guess these young ones that, they probably should get into that right
Absolutely.
away.
Oh, we have a
my sons are already saying, Dad, when are you going to teach me how to do this? So
oh, wow,
I'm going to teach them how to do it as well.
That's exciting because I know y'all have a house full of entrepreneurs.
Oh, absolutely.
We do. And the craziest thing is we didn't encourage any of them to want to be entrepreneurs. They just decided on their own that, and they all have their own lanes. Like our oldest daughter is a full-time in real estate and she loves it. Jasmine is doing all kind of brand deals on social media. Stephen is wanting to learn how to trade. So it's like they have that little thing within themselves without us even saying, hey, you should want to do it.
Right. See, they have good role models.
I
feel like I'm like that God auntie. You know how you have like a God mom? I'm like the God auntie. So I'm the one that watches Jazz on social media. And I'm always liking, like, yes. So I'm always cheering in the background. And then with Jayla, I saw her at the event with you.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Just so beautiful. And she's in real estate, y'all. So if you are looking to buy or sell a home, y'all make sure y'all reach out.
Absolutely.
She's
doing
proud of her.
I'm so proud of her because one thing about Jayla is when she came home, she said she wanted not to just do real estate, she wanted to do luxury real estate.
Ooh.
And at her age, she passed the real estate exam when she was 18, so she's just turning 20 now. So it's like when she made that decision, that's a tough market to get into.
Right.
And she just recently was invited to be on a luxury real estate a brokerage, a very small brokerage, a team of people who do luxury real estate in Frisco. And I'm like, oh my God, look at you. When you put stuff out there in the universe and you have that vision, I'm telling you, it can happen. So I'm very proud of her.
Yeah. And she'll do great. I mean, her personality, I'm sure she'll be out there crushing it. And when I get ready for luxury real estate, I'm calling her.
Well, she does it all. She doesn't just do luxury.
But,
she does it all.
I want to get that multi-million-dollar house and we just be, look.
Well, make sure you call her. She's ready. She's ready.
Right.
She would love that call.
So anybody that's in the market to look, for a home to buy or sell, make sure that you reach out. Do you happen to have her?
Well, she's on social media. That's
social media handle.
Jayla Carter. Is it just Jayla Carter?
Jayla Carter.
If not, you can come through us and you can find.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
We'll get you to her.
You definitely want to.
Yes.
So what else has been going on with you? I know you're in magazines and all. What's going on?
Well, we're doing a lot. Steve and I made a decision at this stage in our life that we just want to show up, enjoy life. And how do you do that in the business world? Because like you said, we've been talking about all the stuff that's going on in the world. And, we try to be lighthearted about it, but it's really serious because people are scared right now because we've never seen anything like this. And so for us, our whole thing was, well, how do we help people? Because we always go to that. What's the solution? How do we help ourselves and then in return help other people? And we start saying to ourselves, we just got to show people how to have more than one stream of income because that lightens the load. The reason why most people are scared is because take a look at all the people who have just lost jobs or, and if that was their main or only source of income, how are you going to pay your mortgage? How are you going to take care of your kids? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? But when you have more than one stream of income coming in, and let's say you have 5 income streams or 6 income streams, well, if 1 or 2 dry up, that's okay because you still have those other ones going. So that is our entire mission is making people understand that not only is it okay, it is important for you to have more than one stream of income and not be so loyal to a job or not be so loyal to a company that you're loyal to a fault. Because the bottom line is a company can come in and lay you off today or replace you tomorrow. And you've been committed for 20 plus years. But because you were so loyal to that company, you didn't want to step out and start your own business or do that because you didn't want to look like you were cheating on them,
Right.
So I just want people to get to the point where we understand that self-love is having more than one stream of income because that's how you take care of yourself. So when times like this come, you and your family are taken care of.
Right. And you're not scared.
Exactly.
Because I saw on the news, because I'm from Detroit, and a lot of people I know are in
Chicago.
the auto industry. I love Chicago. Love Chicago. And a lot of people are scared because it was noticed that a lot of people are going to get laid off at the plant because a lot of my relatives and I have friends that work there, but it's just like, okay, well, you've been working there all those years. Like, you're scared? Like, you didn't think of putting some more money here or having like you say, another stream of income. And, so they're terrified.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one thing that I've learned in my days is we used to think jobs were secure. And I think that more and more people are realizing that that's not the case.
Right.
Even in the profession that we came from, for many years, we were in an industry called direct sales network marketing. And even with that, people can be loyal to a company and that company can go out of business, or they can tell you can only, if we have skincare, ours is the only one you can market. You can't do anything. You have these non-compete clauses and all of this. And one day we decided we just wanted to be free. I want to be able to market whatever I want to be able to market. I don't want to feel like I'm, pigeonholed or to any one company or any one thing. And so for us, that's really what did it. Just seeing not only our family go through that, but seeing us experience it as well. And when I talk about multiple streams of income, that's not multiple jobs.
Right.
That's things that are passive, where you can set something up where it's not work, but you set something up where you can create that income that's coming in for you. Like I can get on the phone, or I can get on live, and I can take a person's business that they have right now, and I can show them how to create 5 to 10 different income streams from that one thing. Is not that difficult, but most times we're so focused on that one thing that we're not pulling out the other streams of income that can come in with that.
Ooh.
Without it being extra work and an extra load.
Well, you know how they be like, say a lot for the people in the back. Like you really said it, because people think, okay, I have to get another job. I got to get 3 jobs, and I just be looking like 3 jobs is for 3 people. Like that don't make sense to me, but
Right.
But you say just if you have that one business, you can take it and have multiple streams coming out of just that one.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's not as difficult as people think it is. It's really not. And the thing about it is, a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we want to help everyone. And sometimes the load can be heavy, because I think sometimes, I know I went through this phase where I wanted to help people who didn't necessarily want to help themselves. So I was trying to pull people across a finish line that they weren't ready to go past. And one of the changing points in my life, or defining moments in my life, was realizing that I'm looking for people who are ready to do, like right now, I don't have, and neither should anyone out there, be okay with when people are making every excuse not to win. If they're making every excuse, they're in front of the news like deer in headlights, when there are 1,000 opportunities out there. And I'm not just talking about from me or Steve, but from anybody else. Right. But they're not open to any of it. To them, everything's a scam or nothing's going to work. If you focus on those people, what starts to happen is it can weigh you down, because think about it. Pretty much everything that's big business, they once called it a scam.
Right.
Think about it. I remember when we first started cryptocurrency and we started getting into crypto, and he started more so Steve than I. Back then, people were like, "Oh, digital currency? That's a scam. That's this. That's the." Now people are calling him, "Hey, how do I buy some Bitcoin? How do I do this? How do I do that?" Yeah. If you take a look at Airbnb or Uber, remember when people were like, "People aren't gonna get in strangers' cars? That's just weird. That's never." And look at Uber today.
Right.
Instacart. Strangers delivering your groceries to you. People said there's no way they were going to let a stranger deliver them food, but now it's just a part of what we do. And there were people who had a vision, and they saw that even when people thought it was the craziest ideas in the world. So we're those people where we like to get on the crazy ideas that people think aren't going to work, because we know that's where the money is.
Right.
Yeah, there's really two things that I think people need to look at, and so that your listeners need to really hone in on this. It's, if you can provide an answer to a need and or an answer to a problem, you can be an entrepreneur.
Right.
Period. So find something that people want or need, right? So find something that they like, and you can market it, or find something that solves a problem and you can market it.
Right.
And so it does, I think a lot of times, even when it comes to sales, we've always, people have always said to us, I don't want to beg people. I don't want to twist people's arm. I'm tired of chasing people. Well, you don't have to chase people if you have something that they want.
Right.
So as long as you can articulate that you have it, and that you can prove that what you have is what they need or what they want, or what can solve their problem, then you never have to chase anybody.
Right.
A lot of times our phone will ring to say, "Hey, tell me about this trading," or "Hey, tell me about what you're doing with marketing. Tell me how I can get involved. How can I market my business? How can I market my brand?" So as long as you can prove that what you have works, and that there's something that's of value to somebody, I just don't feel like sales means you got to chase somebody down and beat them over the head to get them to see that you have something of value. You know, if I know I need something and you have it, and you're gracious enough to where you're gonna share it with me, you're willing to share it with me, why would I not listen?
Right. Yeah. And
now, if I don't know you have it, then I may not come to you for the solution. So that's where marketing comes in. So as long as people know I've got something, and as long as you can show, hey, it's working, or it's making money, or or it's not that difficult, or you can do it even with a full-time job, all those types of things. I think that those are the barriers that people put in front of themselves. They think, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, or I don't understand it. Yeah. Those are usually the things that people automatically think, which discounts their opportunity. But if you say, I don't have to understand it, and show me something where I don't have to have a whole lot of money, and show me something that I can fit into what my current schedule is. Because most people work a job, right? Most people are up and out the house, and 9 to 5, they're working for somebody, But as long as we understand that, hey, listen, as long as you've got enough time to fit something in, I think that might be my phone. But anyway, don't worry about it. It might be one of the kids. But as long as you can show somebody, hey, while you're still working your job, if you can put something in place, automate it to where it actually can start to generate you money, the way to think from that point is, how do I scale it? It may start very small, but how can I scale it? Because if you can scale it and build up something that is generating passive income, then it's just a matter of time being on your side. And as long as God is breathing breath in our lungs, then, a year from now, things are better. You know?
But it's planting those seeds now.
But you got to plant the seeds now.
Yeah, because people are scared.
Pasha and I have always taught the kids, and we teach a lot of the individuals that are in our network that work with us. We've got thousands of people that have followed us in terms of business. And we teach them all the time, a money seed can either be watered and nurtured and planted properly, or it can be crushed or given away or spent. Spending money automatically prevents that seed from growing. So we always tell the kids, because the kids are always, Mom, Dad, can I get this? Can I get that? They ask for everything, right? Because, and some of that is probably our fault, because they have lived a very, very fortunate life. They are living, I should say, a very, very fortunate life. And I think that they just feel that it's just an unlimited amount of resources, and that, their hands start looking like cups, because they're just always, can you fill this up? Can you give me this? Can you give me that? And what we always tell them is, listen, it doesn't matter how much money anybody makes or has. If you foolishly destroy the seeds, it will never exponentially grow to a point where nobody's got to do anything. Not just this generation, but the kids, and then the kids' kids, and the kids' kids' kids.
Right.
That takes time, and I think a lot of people, are, in many cases, people are just thinking about what they can do right now. Most families, the parents, the mom and dad, they're just trying to figure out, how can we get these bills paid? How can we, make sure everything is covered? And then, and of course, including the kids in that,
Right.
But a lot of people aren't thinking, well, let's make sure they're set up. Oh, let's make sure the kids are set up, and they haven't even begun having kids because they're still kids. You know what I mean? So Pasha and I have always thought, and we try to teach them this, like, stop spending our money so much, because every time you ask for something, we know that money going out, like, even, I'll give a small example, not to monopolize this.
Oh,
subject.
no, this is good.
I know.
I'm going to give a small example. Like, the kids a lot of times will say, well, can I go get some Chipotle? Now, personally, I think anything I make in the kitchen is better than Chipotle.
Okay.
And my kids will attest to that.
And I can say,
Daddy can cook. Daddy can throw down in the kitchen. And so, and that doesn't mean they never can go get something out, because they do it all the time. They do it way too much. That's the issue. Mm-hmm. But whenever I let them know, listen, I could easily make that, and it would be way more economically feasible to do that. Mm-hmm. Because if I go get some chicken from Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or whatever, and I cut it up and I season it, I think my seasoning is going to be better than Chipotle's. And then, we get some rice, fresh rice, and, whether we put some parsley on it or whatever, and then put a little garlic salt and some butter in it, some olive oil in it and stuff like that. I know doggone well my stuff's going to taste better. And the amount that I paid for all those groceries that could possibly last for a week or two is the amount that I would pay one time for 3 of them to get Chipotle. So it's just a big difference in terms of teaching the mindset that, hey, don't be wasteful. I'm not saying reduce your lifestyle, reduce your wants and desires, because, if they want to get Chipotle, sometimes I don't feel like cooking. Yep, let's do Chipotle. That's going to be a better deal for me tonight. Let's do it. But that would be my mental space. My mental benefit is, hey, no, that's worth more than the money I'm going to spend. I don't feel like doing anything tonight. I'm tired, or I had something to do today or whatever. So we'll go to Chipotle. I'm just using Chipotle as an example.
Right. You can tell our kids love Chipotle.
That's the one that they always talk about. That's the one they always talk about. So I just think that as we start teaching, not just our children, but teaching others, that if you value money and you treat money as a money seed, that is the only time it will grow.
Yes.
Ooh, that's good.
Very true.
As a seed. That's what I'm going to have to tell my kids. You got to put this money.
Yes.
I'm going to tell my kids.
And the younger they start, the better.
Wow.
Because starting when you're young makes such a big difference. Because if you start investing when you're young and you start watching that compound, or it can do the opposite. I look at kids today, and because of social media, everybody wants the fanciest stuff. And, I get, that, but if you were to just say, okay, let me take a small percentage of this, because my thought process is this. If you want to buy a name brand, whatever that is, the latest jogging suit or pair of shoes, if those shoes cost $200, okay, I'm not saying don't buy the shoes, but if you value that Nike that much, whatever that brand is, and you're going to pay $200 for the shoe, you better also pay and buy $200 worth of stock in it. Don't just do one.
Right.
So that's what we teach our kids. If you believe in something like that and you're going to invest that money, or you're going to put that on your Christmas list, just buy the stock too. So therefore you have ownership in the companies that you're wearing and repping and all of that. So now what starts to happen is, because it's hard to tell someone to just stop all of that, but my thing is balance it. I drink Starbucks all the time. But I do. And I love it. And I'm not ashamed of that. But here's the thing. And people laugh. Like, if I buy a $7 cup of Starbucks and I get it 5 times, Monday through Friday, I'll say to myself, okay, if that's about $300 a month or $200 a month, whatever the number is, I'll buy that exact same amount in the stock. So I'll just have it set up on auto pay, because my thing is, if I can afford, which I can, to spend that amount on the coffee to drink, I apparently believe in it. Why not also put that amount in the stock? So, and if we teach our kids that, it becomes like a fun game for you. Right. So whether it's, the Xbox, who makes that, how, or whatever those things are, those shoes that you like, those companies that you like to go, places you like to go eat there, yes, but buy the stock too.
Wow, that's good. I didn't think of it that way. That's really good, especially for the younger ones, because like you say, they always have their hand out, like, give me, like, hey, can you do this? I'm sure I'm gonna get a text from my 19-year-old, like, Ma, I need this. He might say Chipotle, because that's his spot too. And I'd be like, yes. So they need to be thinking of that earlier. So how do you feel about AI right now?
Oh. Game changer.
Are you loving it?
Loving it. Loving
Are
it.
you kidding me?
Game changer.
I'm in heaven.
Okay. So how do you use
any
it?
question I have about anything,
Right.
I use AI.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
We can go on and on with this one, but okay, so they just released I don't know if you know this, because we were talking about China earlier, but they're mandating in China for kids starting at the age 6 to start learning AI. And so when I saw that, I said, okay, I see you, because I want our kids here to start feeling like it's cool to learn about these types of things and master them. Not just, it's good to benefit from it, but a lot of the jobs are going to be going away. Yeah. There are going to be so many jobs that are lost because AI is taking over so much. Like now, if you go to a store, think about how many registers are actually open with a human. You know, all the self-checkout. Guess what? All of this stuff, everything right now is AI. You know, you're going to be able to drive through restaurants now, and it's all going to be just robots pretty much. So, and I know that sounds crazy to some people, but that's the stuff that we talk about. When something sounds so crazy, and a lot of people, oh, that's never going to happen. And then 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, you're like, wait a minute.
Right.
Did somebody just on entertainment go into space? Like Gail King went into space today. I remember when they first started talking about letting citizens just go into space, people were like, oh, no, that's just ridiculous. That's never going to happen. You know how much that costs? Right. Well, it happened today. Right. So it doesn't matter what those things are. And with AI, it is changing the game. That is why there is no excuse for anyone not to be able to become wealthy just by being able to understand and utilize AI. And that's something that in my digital marketing course too, that we teach is how to utilize AI in order to enhance your posting to attract people to you. Because here's the thing about marketing is it's one thing to market. It's another thing to have attraction marketing. And that's what I love, because we don't ever have to go after or ask or follow or chase anybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody comes to us. So when you master attraction marketing, what happens now is you know how to put out and what to say, how to say it, so that people are now attracted to you. So you have people reaching out to you saying, hey, I want information on that. Hey, I'm interested in that. And so now if you have, and it doesn't matter what your product is, whether it's a skincare line, hair care line, clothing brand, whatever it is, you want to be able to learn how to market so that you have hundreds of thousands of people that are reaching out to you saying, how can I get that product or how can I get that service?
Oh, wow. That's good, because you say it's a difference. It's not just marketing, it's the attraction marketing. Mm-hmm. That is true. So once you have it, just put it out there.
Absolutely.
And I saw an interview with, I think it was Mark Cuban? Mm-hmm. And he was talking about AI. They was like, well, what would you tell your younger self if you were starting in business? Let's say if you were 19 years old, what would you do? What would you tell the younger generation? He was like, oh, master AI.
Master it.
Master it. Master mm-hmm. it. Become the best at it.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out every little thing, not the normal things, just the behind the scenes. Look at not just one platform, but multiple platforms. Mm-hmm. I mean, just the kids that master, and even the adults, that master AI, they're going to look up in the next 5 to 10 years and be so far ahead of the game. Meanwhile, there are going to be some people that are still going to be going, oh, because I have even some friends now that don't want to, touch it. And oh my goodness, right. I don't want, they think it's scary. And I say to myself, oh my goodness, it hurts me, it's sad, but they're going to get left behind simply because they're just not open to something that's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, it kind of reminds when the internet first started. How it reminded me of my grandparents, my grandmother. Oh, well, don't get on that.
Right.
Don't do that. Just scared of everything. We're like, well, it's here. We have to do it. And look at it now, years later. So you do have people that's scared. And I'm the type that like, what if it do work? Mm-hmm. You get a lot of people, well, it's not going to work. I'm like, well, what if it do?
Yes.
I saw too that they were saying that with AI, we're going to have trillionaires. Mm-hmm. I know we're talking about billionaires, but they were like, people are going to be making so much money, but you got to understand it.
Yes.
And you can't be scared.
Even if somebody starts off just with the basics of using an app like ChatGPT, something like that. I mean, what will amaze a person that has never used it, you can have a full out conversation with ChatGPT and feel like you're talking to a person.
Yeah.
I mean, ask any question, interact the same way we would interact if you and I were talking on the phone. But the difference is if I was your ChatGPT, I know every answer to any question you have. Mm-hmm. So that's what's so mind-boggling is that there are not too many questions that you can ask that ChatGPT doesn't have the answer to. And they'll send you diagrams, they'll send you videos, they'll create content, they'll do anything you needed to do. Right. So the difference I think with AI, and which is why it's so important, is whatever you can think of in your head, you have a source to go and begin taking that into fruition or bringing it into fruition. So now it's like, okay, whatever the mind can come up with, I can just go here and get AI to do it for me or show me exactly what to do.
Right.
And think about how that just wasn't available not too many years ago. That wasn't
Right.
available.
Yeah.
You can have an incredible idea and not even know where to begin.
Yeah.
Right.
And now you
Yes.
don't even have to necessarily know the man next to the man, know the person next to the person who has the connect. No, now you can just say, I'm in my room by myself and I've got an app that I've downloaded on my phone and I've got some ideas and I don't have to talk to anybody about it. I'm going to discuss this with Chat GPT and AI and I'm going to get all my answers to figure out how I can proceed with this idea that I have.
Right. And
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It is. It really is. It's a game
I
changer.
know. And they do get personal because I think I said something one day and I was just like, oh, well, I'm not feeling good today, just playing out. And it was like, oh, well how can I make you feel? Like, what is it that you need?
Yep.
So
Right.
it was
Yep.
really talking of concern. I was just like, oh, okay.
Yes. The other day,
We'll give medicine recommendations
Right.
or all natural supplement recommendations, and even they'll ask exactly what are you feeling?
Yes.
Right.
How are you feeling? Well, then here's some options for you to do that. Like I'll give you a funny example that I don't even think I told you that just happened today. I was in my office, in my home office, and I saw a mosquito in my office, and he flew by me, and I tried to get him. I missed him. He flew back by. I tried to get him. I missed him. And I'm like, where'd he go? Because I got all of this that I know he'll bite. And I'm just like, so now I'm just stuck on where did he go?
Okay.
So I got right on. This is just how naturally I use it. I just got right on Chat GPT and said, a mosquito is in my office. First of all, I said, how long do they usually live?
Okay.
That was my first. And then I said, how can I catch it? And it gave me a in-home remedy to catch it. It gave me like 3 different options to catch it. And I was like, thank you. And they're like, you're welcome.
Wow.
Yep.
Instead of just getting a little, we used to be like, get the spotter.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, that is great. So for the young ones that want to do trading, so give them our listeners your website again. Now, do you do
Sure.
one-on-one training?
Yeah, well, I'm involved in it as well.
Okay.
Like we've got coaches that we've hired that actually help with like a person, like say, for example, use you as an example.
Okay.
Let's say you said, hey, Steve, I'm interested.
Okay.
I would tell you exactly how to get started. It's $3,500 to start.
Okay.
Now, sometimes people will think, well, that's a lot of money. However, my question would be, if at one point in the near future, you could make that amount in one day, knowing what we teach you, is it worth it to do that one time?
Oh, yeah.
We don't have a monthly it's just $3,500 to join the academy, and we'll teach you everything you need to know. So if that's not worth it to a listener, no problem. But if it is, then we're going to show you how to do it. And so they can go to www.goldenprofitsacademy.com.
Okay.
And we teach everybody how to do it. They get assigned a coach, and that coach will teach them how to get their account set up, because we teach people to start off with a demo. Like after they pay their $3,500 to join, then they'll start off with a demo, and they don't have no risk, no money risk at all. They're learning how to trade on a free account so that they can master the skill first. And then as they become more successful, they can decide when they're ready to actually put real money into that account.
So how many hours of the day do you put into it? Do you put a lot of hours
not at all.
in?
As a matter of fact, because of technology,
Right.
and I use AI a lot as well, but because of technology, we have it where many of the times I will receive alerts from my phone or from my computer. I could be sitting in my office or sitting at home or watching television. And if I hear a certain alert, that's a certain sound that I set up, then I know, hey, go look at the chart. And I can look at that chart, and within a couple of minutes or seconds, I can decide, oh, this looks like a good move. Or I can look at it and say, no, I'm not going to do that one. And then I'd say the average time that I'm in a trade, 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
20
So
minutes.
what would you say to our listeners who may be thinking, well, I don't know if this is not for me. What advice or what can you tell them right now?
I would tell them, I would say, listen, the first thing I would do is go into your future self right here. And I would say, if you were able, which I truly believe, etc., everybody's able. I don't think that this is something that is beyond learning, the ability to learn. This is not rocket science. It's not. However, I say go into your future self and ask yourself this question. If you could meet your future self and that person had a skill that if he or she had a phone and anywhere in the world, they could actually push buttons on their phone and make money. If that makes sense and sounds like something you'd want to have that skill, then you need to get in touch with us. Because that's exactly what happens. Once you learn it, I always tell people, nobody can take away a skill. And so it doesn't matter if the market's tanking, doesn't matter if the market is skyrocketing, that doesn't matter. As long as the market's moving, and it's going to move every day.
Right. Gold
moves every single day except Saturdays. The market is closed. Forex market is closed on Saturday, and it closes 1 hour per day on Monday through Thursday. 1 hour, 4:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. It closes and it opens right back up at 5. So we get a 1 hour break. 23 hours of the 24 hours on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you can trade.
Okay.
So if somebody works nights, doesn't matter. Somebody works days, doesn't matter. If you got any time
somebody's
at home,
overseas, doesn't matter.
In another country, doesn't matter.
Yep.
As long as you've got a phone and an internet connection, you can trade.
Yeah,
right.
You know,
that's the beauty about what we do too. Is everything is international.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter what country you're in, whether it's trading, whether it's digital marketing, any stream of income that we have, because we have a lot of people overseas too. Everybody can do it.
Right. Because I'm
getting ready to do a really, really big business deal with a real dear friend of mine where he will have the only cryptocurrency coin that can be exchanged for real gold. The only one. So we're in the process of working our deal out now, and that's something that I think the listeners would want to get some information about as well.
So they might
get people in touch with.
So they might need to follow you on social media then.
Yeah, right? Well, if they follow this one, I shouldn't say that because
because they need to follow you too, baby.
Yeah. I don't do it. I don't do anywhere near as much posting as Pasha. I mean, I'll post, but half the time I'll hand her my phone and say, hey, post this for me, because she's just really good at it. And usually I'm doing the business. I'm usually doing the business, and then she'll market the business. Right. But yeah, they can follow me. I mean, I'm Steve Carter Official, right?
I knew he was going to ask me what is it.
Steve Carter Official on Instagram.
Right, because when this
Carter Official
comes out, I'm sure you're going to post it on your social media, so they're going to want to see that.
Yes. And Carter people can follow me on all platforms. I'm Pasha Carter, Pasha Carter on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, all of it. I do all of it. And that's the thing that I want people to understand too, is don't get so caught up to where you're afraid. Like if you're of a certain age, don't think that there's not space for you on TikTok, because there is. Hop on there, start talking. There's so many people, whether you're on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook. I tell people, don't just limit yourself. This isn't the time to limit yourself. It's just so much opportunity out there.
Right. Especially
I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty
social media.
I think but I do have a little bit of an excuse. I'm guilty of not being on all those outlets.
Okay.
And the only reason I'm not is because I know she's already
she on it.
And anything that we're doing, she gets it out there, and so all the attraction is still happening.
Yeah.
That's not an excuse. So I don't want the listeners to think, well, Steve, you didn't know you're not on. You don't even know your own Instagram.
It's still getting out there.
It's because Pasha markets all this stuff.
Right.
Yes. And that's the beauty of our partnership. We've been business partners for 20 plus years. And people always ask us, how do you guys work together 24/7 and still, and we love it. We do. This is my best friend. I love working with him. I love waking up and he goes downstairs to his office and I'm upstairs in my office, or we meet in the middle for coffee, and then we go for our walk, and I'm just enjoying these times.
Wow, and that's good. And I'm sure that our listeners and the people that's watching, I'm sure they're going to be looking like, oh my God, because I'm just over here like that is so cool. I love it.
Thank you.
And so the name of this show is You're Worth It, right?
Yes.
So I got a question for both of you. And that question is, what are you worth?
Ooh, what are you
worth? I can answer that. Priceless.
You going to answer first? Okay.
Priceless.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Well, Pasha?
I totally agree. And there is no price tag you can put on yourself. I feel that I don't just feel I'm priceless or worth it. I feel that for everyone. Yeah. One thing about myself and my husband is we are lovers of people. I love humanity, even with this even with our flaws. I look at right now the state of the world, and there's so much divisiveness, so much bickering, so much this side or that side. But I make it a point to find the good in all people. And so that is what my goal is, and I wish people could, when they meet someone, instead of judging them based on what they see or what they think, take the time to get to know someone. And even if that person, when you see them, if they're not having their best moment, ask why. I like to empathize with people, because if someone may not be at their best self, sometimes my heart goes out because I'm thinking to myself, what might be going on in their world right now? What may be causing them to not have that smile on their face right now? Steve and I did a live about this yesterday, because right now 3 of our dear friends are going through some real challenges, health challenges. And those are times where it hurts when you, as a person, you don't have an answer. You can't help, because it's something they've been given that, they have to deal with. A friend of ours just received a diagnosis for a brain tumor, and we were having one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in your life. And it hurts me to see other people hurting. So when I see him at his place of work, and he may not be in the best mood, or he may not have the energy, because we talk to him, we know the reason why. And this is somebody that we didn't know in the beginning. We just got to know him through seeing him every day and talking to him. But a lot of times people will drive right past a person, and because, they may work or go to a place where you just are, they work at a place, we may not get to know them. And we try to get to know everybody because we want to know their story. And I think that if we had more of that the world would be a lot more lighthearted.
I know. And that's good that you are someone that's out here that's doing it, that's making a change. That's that smiling face for someone who's probably like, I'm going to give up, or I can't do it. So just know that you are inspiring others. And so keep doing it. Keep smiling. Because you are, because like I say, I watch you on social media, and I love your posting. I love the children. I just see how they, in the school system, just them. And I just like, okay, I just knew they got awesome parents before I even met you.
Thank you.
Because, they're just so sweet. So, so tell Jazz that I'm still cheering for her, and tell her congratulations. For she's going to college.
Yes, her dream college. Not just, she is going to her dream college. And I am so happy for her, because that was another one of those moments. Another one of those moments as parents where you have a child who her entire life, she's been in every AP class, every gifted class. She's a stellar student. She had a 4.5 or 6 weighted GPA. I mean, she does it. And she's one that we never had to do your homework. Jasmine was one we had to say, okay, look, you've been studying for 2 hours now. Come, you can do something else. And when she got deferred from the University of Miami, I could see her crushed, because she, in her mind, was thinking, wait a minute, I have done all of this. You know what I mean? So it was hard for her. It was hard for us watching that. But I think that was, I always say that there's a lesson in everything. And in some ways, I'm happy that it happened that way, because it made her realize that everything is not given. And even sometimes when you are one of the best, you can always push yourself to even be better. And so now with her going to University of Miami, getting accepted, to see the overwhelming joy, because I know she would have been excited to get in the beginning, but now it's a whole nother level of excited, and I know she's not going to take it for granted. And I'm so happy for her, because number one, she deserves it. And I told her, I said, you may look at it as though you're so excited that you get to go to Miami, but I know you, and I look at it as though Miami is blessed to be getting you.
Yes, that is so true. That is so true. So I just thank you both for coming here. And I know, like I said earlier, that my listeners, they will be so inspired by hearing your journey and everything that you're doing in business. So can you tell our listeners again, how can they reach you if they want to get into trading?
Sure. If they want to reach me directly, I am on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. My Instagram is Steve Carter Official, and they'll see my face. And but the website is goldenprofitsacademy.com. And if they go there, just make sure that they mention that they saw me on the show. Okay. And that they would like to get in touch with me directly, because I like to meet people personally as well. Okay. And so if they are interested, they definitely can contact me directly. Is there anything else I should give them in terms of how to contact me directly?
No, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Instagram.
Yeah, you did
everything.
Facebook.
And Facebook.
Yes, he's on Facebook as well.
Yes. Facebook is the picture of the whole family. So you'll see me, Pasha, and all the kids on my Facebook banner. Yes. Steve Carter.
Yes. So how can they get in touch with you? Because I'm waiting for this class.
Yes. Well, listen, hey, for those of you guys that are ready to take your marketing to another level, reach out to me, Facebook, Instagram, any and all, Pasha Carter, that's with a P, Pasha Carter, and just message me. I'm very active on social media, or you can comment on some of my videos. And the last thing that I want people to know is when it comes to social media, don't think that you have to have a lot of engagement or a big following in the beginning to make money. You don't. That is the biggest misconception that's out there, and I'll show you how to do all of that. So don't think you need a big following. Don't think that you need a lot of engagement, because you totally don't. To make money on social media, there's some ways, trust me when I tell you, where you can put that baby on autopilot and the money starts coming in, whether you have a big engagement or big following or not. We got you.
Oh, wow. So y'all make sure, right? Y'all make sure that you follow Pasha and you follow Steve on social media. So I just want to say thank you all for tuning in to the You're Worth It show. I am your host, Setra Stevenson. Make sure that you like all of our social media pages at You're Worth It show. This full show will upload onto our YouTube channel. So make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel at You're Worth It show. So I just want to thank you all for joining us. As I told you that I have some of the most amazing guests, and now you see why I was excited. So make sure that you like and you subscribe. Until next time, I just want to let you know that you're worth it.